Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Hasledge. The Cleveland Division of Police's 3rd District celebrated those that went above and beyond the call of duty. The awards ceremony was held at the Fatima Family Center. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed the crowd and congratulated the honorees.
This is one of the programs that everyone likes. They like it because we are recognizing people for work that they've done. And as was mentioned by the commander, sometimes you don't get that recognition or it goes unnoticed. So again, a welcome and thank you for your willingness to serve and thank you for the work that you do.
Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams also offered his thanks and congratulations to the men and women in blue and the citizens on their awards.
I want to congratulate the award recipients, both police officers and civilians. You guys do a great job in protecting and serving. As the mayor said, it's not for everybody, but those who do it and do it well, are to be commended. And we're here tonight because a lot of you in this room have served this city and served it well.
After their stories of heroism were read, the officers involved came up to accept their award and pose for a photo. For their assistance to law enforcement in helping to stop crimes, 4 citizens were awarded the Citizen Award pin for their bravery. Cleveland Municipal Court Judge Suzanne Marie Sweeney held a ceremony of achievement for those sentenced through her court to community service. Most people who appear in front of Judge Sweeney face minor community nuisance charges. Instead of jail time, Sweeney says she tries to help them instead.
Instead of giving those particular people 3 hots in the cot, giving them credit for time served and letting them out, we asked, what is it that you need in your life? What help do you need? And by doing that, many people knew that they needed to stop drinking. Maybe their liver was giving them problems, or they were losing their family by using drugs or alcohol. They needed a job.
Judge Sweeney assembled a team of counselors, career specialists, and caseworkers to offer help as the people were working to fulfill their community service hours. Those who received their certificates of achievement at the ceremony had words of thanks for the judge.
This is the best program I've ever been involved in, because when you think there's nobody who believes in you, this program believes in you and they work with you and they make sure that you're getting, what needs to be done, taken care of.
Judge Sweeney closely monitored the progress of those in the community court program. She said that on any given day, she would show up while they were doing their community service hours, pull up her sleeves, and get busy.
I would never ask someone to do work that I myself was not willing to do. And in my community, at least every year, and sometimes more often, I pick up the trash on Lakeshore Boulevard. I keep my neighborhood clean.
Cleveland Municipal Court Housing Judge Ron O'Leary held another one of his informative sessions, but this time it wasn't for renters and owners, it was for landlords. The clinic gave current and new landlords advice about how to run their rental properties and their legal rights when dealing with tenants.
What does owner mean? Owner means owner, a land contract buyer who's not the owner yet, a mortgagee who's got a mortgage but they're not the owner, a receiver who's not the owner, or another person directly in control, which could be your tenant. And so really what the ordinance should say is responsible party, not owner. But substitute in responsible party, and then you see that obviously the building code, the health code, all the city codes, they're aimed at the person who's in control of the problem.
The 3-hour seminar was free to those who registered and dealt with topics including leasing agreements, landlord responsibilities, rent, and evictions.
Our function on the move-outs, when we get there, is we manage the move-out process. We supervise it. We aren't really actively involved. We fulfill the court orders and the judgments, restore the property back to you, the owner.
The Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District held their annual open house and Clean Water Fest. We asked Sewer District employees about the day's festivities.
do a couple of experiments just to get the kids interested in science, and some of them relate to what we actually do here at the sewer district, but mainly it's just to get kids interested in science and know that the sewer district is their friend. The open house as a whole is a way for us to kind of let the community know what we do here and where their tax-paying dollars are going, and they're going to great facilities, great employees. We have a lot of stands here. We have a lot of tours to see where people actually work.
So when people come here for this great event, not only do they get a peek into our doors as we open them for them to see what we do, why we do it, and why it's important, but we also give them an opportunity to ask us questions. Why is it the work that we do important? You know, ask about your sewer bill. Find out how to be on our affordability plans. Find out about what we do. Find out about some of our local community members and our partners and what they do and how we work together with them. I think that a lot of people don't know the work that we do and why it's so important. They know they flush the toilet, they get clean water when they turn on their faucet, and that's pretty much it. So once they get, a lot of our folks that come on our tours are like, wow, I never knew the work that you did and why it was important, or how much work goes into cleaning my dirty water. So that's a huge thing for us, is when folks say that, we're like, yes, you're getting it, this is awesome. They also get to interact with our Cleveland Water partner, because they too are a partner with us in making this big clean water process possible.
For more information on the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, visit neorsd.org. To further its mission on becoming a thriving green city on a blue lake, the City of Cleveland installed its first charging station for electric cars. Willard Park Garage, which is connected to Cleveland City Hall, officially has its first EV charging station installed. The station resembles a skinny gas pump and can charge a car fully in 30 minutes.
So we wanted to install what is called as a level 2 electric vehicle charging station that could provide charging to fleet cars that would be able to charge the car faster than just plugging it in into a wall outlet. So we wanted to start somewhere. We wanted to lead by example. And so for city operations, we knew we had a few electric vehicle cars such as at the airport, but we also wanted to prove that we can start somewhere by creating a charging station set up at the Willard Garage. The Willard Garage being at City Hall, we felt it was iconic to start from there.
Hopkins International Airport brought over their electric car to help dedicate the car charger. Bo Williams, environmental project coordinator for the airport, says having an electric car at the airport just makes sense.
This vehicle is perfect for the airport because we have a 1 square mile campus. Most people drive between 5 and 25 miles a day, and the range on this is anywhere from 75 to 100 miles, depending on how you drive it, how much air conditioning, heating you're running. So we can drive this probably 2 days without charging and have 0 emissions from the exhaust port.
Matt Gray, chief of the Mayor's Office of Sustainability, noted the numerous benefits for having an electric car.
It's really good for the planet. Right? This is actually reducing emissions compared to a lot of the cars and vehicles you see on the road. It's good for people, right? This actually gives them more transportation options. There's less emissions in the air. The air quality improves when we move to electric vehicles. And it's good for profit. I mean, people want these vehicles. So from an economic development perspective, you see more and more cities moving this direction because it is good for the economy.
To officially dedicate the new vehicle charger and to bring Cleveland into the age of electric transportation, Cleveland's Chief Operating Officer Darnell Brown connected the car to the charging station. Brown, who has never used an electric car before, said charging the car was a breeze.
It's like any other, I would say, electrical device that you might plug in. There's an adapter that's mounted on the wall. You have a release, you push it, and you plug it in. It's almost idiot-proof. You can't put it in the wrong way.
So, will the city of Cleveland be purchasing more of these electric cars?
We've just made a commitment as of this week for the city fleet to purchase 3 electric vehicles through a climate commitment joining 18 other cities nationwide. So that was just announced this week. And so we are showing that we are really leading by example, not only by putting level 2 charging stations in, but actually by committing to procure electric vehicles.
Currently, the charging station is for city vehicles only, but there are plans in place to install some for consumer use. Volunteers came together to restore the home at the corner of West 125th and Milligan Avenue in Ward 16. At the dedication ceremony, we met the new home's recipient, Kimberly Lewis, and got her reaction of the new home.
I wonder, I got my own home that I can, I've been blessed today.
You know what, it's one of the best feelings you get as a councilman, knowing that you've got somebody coming in here who's going to have stable housing. They put their own time into the effort into the house themselves, and she couldn't be happier, and neither could we.
Both Councilman Casey and Kimberly expressed their gratitude for Habitat for Humanity.
We couldn't say enough about Habitat for Humanity. I mean, you just take a dilapidated house, they turn it around, it completely reforms the neighborhood. It gives stable housing to individuals who aren't as fortunate enough maybe to be able to afford a house, but are able to put the sweat equity into the house.
You know, I don't even call them a group. They are my family. They're my children. They are, you know they are. They are my children. I just love them and they love me. They're just a wonderful group that help people out. They are a Christian group. I love Habitat for Humanity.
The oldest structure in the West Park neighborhood has finally been designated historical. A ceremony was held at the John M. West home with presentations made by members of the West Park Historical Society, the Landmark Commission, and Ward 16 Councilman Brian Casey.
John West, when he built this thing, he built it as a fortress. I mean, this thing isn't going anywhere, and it's withstood over 100 years of city Cleveland weather, and you can tell that it's still in great condition for being as old as it is, and it's one of the oldest structures in the city of Cleveland.
West Park Historical Society President Ross Bassett, who grew up near the home, says it's been overdue to get its recognition.
In the 1950s, 60 years ago, I grew up a couple blocks from here, and my mother brought me to this house, and it just, when she started talking history, it kind of piqued my lifelong love of history, because I was just a little kid, and she drove past here to show me the West home. And ever since that day, for 60 years, I've been driving by it, and today, for the first time, I got to actually go into it. You know, the house has been historic for 50 years, so you could say 50 years ago it should have been designated as an historic building. Sometimes it just takes time, but finally it did happen, so that's what we're happy with.
Dave and Taffy Pavlik owned the home from 1980 to 2013, and we're glad to be a part of the designation.
Years ago, we wanted to have it made into a historic landmark, and the councilman at that time wasn't interested in it. I think it's really great that Councilman Casey has taken an interest in the neighborhood and wants to, keep the history alive, because it is so important to the neighborhood.
I would really, really like to go back and look at the history of the family that lived here, John West, and it's just awesome. And I'm so glad that they're making it an historical home.
Last week at Cleveland City Council meeting, they approved the hiring of an outside consultant to develop a new master plan for Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Lawmakers say the existing plan was developed 10 years ago and no longer meets the needs of the growing airport. Council also adopted a resolution supporting the Western Reserve Land Conservancy's application to the state to fund the installation of trail and park infrastructure at the former Henninger landfill. Lastly, Council introduced legislation authorizing the city to provide economic assistance to partially finance the Tall Ships Festival on Cleveland's waterfront next year. The city is granting $20,000 to help pay for the festival. The city of Cleveland has a rich history, and we want to test your knowledge. Our trivia question for this week: what Cleveland College was founded in 1882? Is it A, the Cleveland Institute of Music, B, the Cleveland Institute of Art, or C, Cleveland State University? We'll have the answer when we return.
Hi, I'm Mayor Frank Jackson. You've probably seen media coverage of the growing opioid epidemic in northeastern Ohio. But what you might not know is how many of these tragedies begin with a seemingly innocent prescription for pain medication. That is why we're teaming with the Cuyahoga County Opiate Marketing Task Force to encourage you to know the risk. Go to the website on your screen to learn which pills are opiates and alternative ways of dealing with pain. Which starts as a prescription can end with addiction, so know the risk.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Welcome back to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Our trivia question for this week: what Cleveland College was founded in 1882? Is it A, the Cleveland Institute of Music, B, the Cleveland Institute of Art, or C, Cleveland State University? The answer is B, the Cleveland Institute of Art, which was founded in 1882 as the Western Reserve School of Design for Women. After becoming co-educational, it was renamed the Cleveland School of Art in 1892. The City of Cleveland celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month with a program in the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall. The rotunda was filled with people looking to celebrate their Hispanic heritage and to honor those receiving special recognition.
De parte del alcalde Frank Jackson, del director ejecutivo del departamento Grady Stevenson y los miembros de la Junta, le damos la bienvenida a todos y esperamos que gocen de una noche de mucha alegría mientras celebramos nuestra herencia hispana, de la cual debemos de estar todos orgullosos. Celebramos nuestra belleza, nuestra cultura y nuestras tradiciones. Una vez más le damos la bienvenida. Good evening and welcome to the Hispanic Heritage Month opening ceremony. It gives us great joy to see you all here in the beautiful rotunda of the City of Cleveland. My name is Lisa Roman and I am the assistant to the Executive Director, Grady Stevenson of the Department of Community Relations, and for the time being, the interim Hispanic liaison for the City of Cleveland. On behalf of Mayor Frank Jackson and the Executive Director, Grady Stevenson, and the members of the Community Relations Board, we welcome you. It is our pleasure to host this event as we celebrate Hispanic heritage, a heritage of which we should all be proud. We celebrate the beauty, the culture, and the traditions of our Hispanic citizens. Once again, welcome.
Speaking on behalf of Mayor Frank Jackson, the city's Chief of Public Relations, Natoya Walker Minor, spoke of her deep appreciation for Hispanic culture.
The appreciation for the many, many countries that make up the Latin culture, and to appreciate that for the history, the sacrifice, the food, the heritage, everything that makes the culture rich. And it is for that that I have always loved and appreciated and valued this culture. And so I'm excited to be here tonight and every year when this program takes place to celebrate and to salute the beauty and the culture.
Council President Kevin Kelly attended the ceremony and spoke on the significance of the Hispanic population in Cleveland.
Not only is the Hispanic population the largest growing population in the city of Cleveland, I'm proud to represent Ward 13, which has the fastest growing Hispanic population of any Cleveland ward, and I welcome that diversity. I welcome the infusion of the culture, of the talent into the ward.
During the ceremony, several people received recognition certificates for the work they do in the city. Former City of Cleveland Hispanic Liaison, Lucy Torres, was honored with the first ever Angel Guzman Outstanding Achievement Award.
Receiving this award is very, very important to me because Angel was a great friend. Angel was a great leader. Angel always fought for the community. And that is why we Hispanics, we cannot stand still. We have to keep going and keep going.
The 2018 Moms First Baby Buggy Walk, sponsored by Molina Healthcare, was held at the Friendly Inn Settlement House. New moms, those expecting, and their families were invited to the free event to get resources, attend workshops, enter raffles, and more. The annual event occurs every September, which is National Infant Mortality Awareness Month. Lisa Matthews, the project director for Moms First, tells us more about how infant mortality happens and how they're working to prevent it.
The greatest contributing factors are what we call the social determinants of health, which are the conditions actually that are in our environment. Their housing, their economical, employment, safety, concerns basically outside of individuals' control. Infant mortality in the city of Cleveland is quite honestly at an unacceptable rate. African American babies are dying at a rate 2.75 times greater than white babies are in our community. So we're here today to get information, first of all, to make the community aware that infant mortality is a problem in the community, because once they're aware, then they're able to do something about it. And secondly, to provide resources and support for them to help them have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby, and then to take that information and share it with their family and friends.
The event host site, Friendly Inn Settlement House, offers a wide array of programs and opportunities.
We have something for everyone, from preconception to I don't know what age. Here, Friendly Inn is known as a safe haven within the Central community. Seeing them happy makes us happy, because that's what we're all about, is helping families.
They have good resources, supportive systems, and it just helps you get through when you're having hard times to have somebody to speak to.
The community is everything. The community needs to come together to be aware of the problem and address the problem. We can't fix it for the community. The community is an active participant. So this is to engage people, to educate people, to help them take an active role in preventing infant mortality. And we're very happy to have the sponsorship of Molina Healthcare. They are our sponsor this year, launching their diaper bank. So everybody that comes today is going to walk away with free diapers.
For more information on Moms First, visit momsfirst.org or call 216-664-4194. The Cleveland Cultural Gardens Federation held their 73rd annual One World Day Festival. It was a beautiful, hot, sunny afternoon as people gathered along a stretch of Martin Luther King Boulevard, waiting for the parade of flags to march through the center of the Cultural Gardens. Groups representing the countries found in the gardens came down MLK, showcasing their flags, their colors, and their heritage.
Wow, this is a beautiful group. Their garden was dedicated in 1934 with the planting of an elm tree from Poland. And of course, Poles were one of Cleveland's largest nationality groups in the 20th century. Some arrived earlier, all are welcome. Beautifully dressed and attired, the Polish garden.
After the parade of flags, the crowd gathered at the Serbian Gardens for a special ceremony. Dr. Whale Curry, president of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens Federation, welcomed everyone to One World Day.
One World Day is a celebration of the best in Cleveland, a festival of diversity and culture, a message of peace and harmony among the people. Our Cleveland Cultural Gardens motto, peace through mutual understanding. Peace through mutual understanding.
Speaking on behalf of Mayor Frank Jackson, Alex Lackey, Cleveland's coordinator of international affairs, presented Dr. Curry with a proclamation.
One World Day is a long-standing tradition that allows us all to come together and really reflect on the phrase, peace through mutual understanding, the Cultural Gardens motto. This is a day where we not only celebrate our cultures, but learn about many other cultures than our own. These gardens represent our people and their diverse heritage that make up the unique fabric of Cleveland.
The highlight of the ceremony came when United States Magistrate Judge Jonathan Greenberg naturalized a group waiting to become new American citizens.
Soon you will become citizens of the greatest country in the world. We will all be fellow Americans, all equal. You have come here to make a better life for yourselves and for your families, just like my relatives and everyone else in this country before you. We're all proud of you this day and for your commitment to this country.
The second annual Cleveland Eats Tri-C Culinary Festival was held on Mall B in downtown Cleveland. The Dean for Tri-C's hospitality program, Michael Huff, tells us how the Foodie Paradise event came about.
This is an event that was the brainchild of several of the top chefs in the city. They got together last year, and they, along with our faculty and staff, gave birth to this idea of a culinary festival in downtown Cleveland that would be family-oriented, that would be designed for individuals to sample different types and styles of cuisine from the best restaurants in the city, and have culinary demonstrations, live music going on, a marketplace with things to do, a kids world where kids have activities to really create a celebration in downtown that families could enjoy for several hours, because there's so many different things to do and so many different restaurants to be able to sample from. The hospitality program at Tri-C is a 2-year degree program that actually has 3 areas of concentration. We have lodging, and which has a certificate of event management embedded into it, as well as restaurant food service management, which is the 2nd degree program. And then we have culinary arts, which is actually the degree program that we're most known for because it's the largest and the longest established culinary arts program here in Northeast Ohio.
Chef de cuisine for Restaurant Table 45, Zachary Bond, tells us what makes this event so special.
Because it's Cleveland. We love this city. We love the melting pot of it. We love the blue-collar aspect of Cleveland. We love everybody coming together and kind of building up our community. You go to communities across the country and everybody's doing this, and we need to all be involved. We all need to show our faces. We all need to show our food, our influence on what we do as a living to make the city what it is.
Cleveland resident Jonathan Wilson came back to Cle Eats for a 2nd year in a row thanks to a special connection.
My mother works for Tri-C, so we came last year and she made sure that she sent me the Facebook invite to come back down this year. And I'm a big foodie, so I like to taste and sample different things, so that's what brought me here. And my company has a booth out here too, so that's pretty cool too.
For more information on Tri-C's hospitality program, visit tri-c.edu/hospitality. And to learn more about Cleveland Eats, visit cleveland.eats.com. The Ohio City Street Festival had West 25th Street packed with people enjoying the sights, sounds, and vendors from the beloved neighborhood. The one-day event is hosted by the community development nonprofit, Ohio City Incorporated. Marketing and events manager Hattie Coates tells us how this fun, free event came to fruition.
So this event kind of stemmed from the Westside Market Centennial in 2012. They did a big street fair and parade celebrating 100 years at the market. And then kind of after that, a lot of our residents and visitors were asking when that was coming back, and we were like, oh, that was kind of a one-off thing. So after a couple years of planning, we brought the Ohio City Street Festival, which is an iteration of that incorporates everything about the neighborhood, Westside Market vendors, local food and retail, arts organizations that we partner with, and family-friendly activities and all sorts of things that represent Ohio City.
Executive Director Tom McNair explains what Ohio City Incorporated is and how it assists its residents.
Ohio City Incorporated is a local nonprofit community development corporation in charge of the revitalization of Ohio City. This is a neighborhood with nearly 10,000 residents, over 300 local small businesses, and so we do a variety of things to help ensure that everyone benefits from what's happening in this neighborhood. From running a full-service recreation league for over 1,000 kids across the Near West Side at every income level, to tremendous events like this that Hattie makes a reality, helping small businesses open and thrive, and ensuring that everyone has a great quality of life here.
For more information, visit ohiocity.org. One Cleveland is the motto. In order for us as a community to be one Cleveland, we need to bridge the gap between the East and West Side. The City of Cleveland's Community Relations Board invited residents to do just that at the Lorraine Carnegie Bridge for the first annual Hands Across CLE.
Now we celebrate the unity of the City of Cleveland. Our mayor is always talking about this being one city, and for so long this city was defined by a river splitting East Side and West Side. But we've shown people all over the world that when Cleveland wants to come together and be united in something, we do it because we are Clevelanders.
As the director said, we are one city, and everything that we've done and we've been successful at, and everything that we've done and people have recognized about Cleveland, we've done as one community, one city, one people. And that is what this is about. So again, thank you for coming. I appreciate the hard work that you do in your individual neighborhoods, and I appreciate the hard work that you put in to make Cleveland a great city.
And we know that the same problems that are happening on the east side are on the west side. We know the same struggles are on both sides of the city. You know, these things don't discriminate. They don't discriminate against race, they don't discriminate against gender. You know, poor is poor, hungry is hungry, and bad decisions are bad decisions. So I love the fact that we're coming together as one city to try to work together to help our struggling youth, you know, and that's what it's about.
Not only does Hands Across Cleve bring residents together, it also helps to build stronger and safer neighborhoods through community connections.
But a few years ago, a few people in community relations under this mayor said no more. We're gonna make this happen. We're not gonna allow the lake and the river to divide us. We are one Cleveland.
That's all for your TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.